All right, who's up?
Whoever would like to go first.
Ben, you want to go first? You want to lead us off?
Yeah, I'll lead us off. Just opening thoughts after day one here. Yeah.
Yeah, great, exciting to get out here. Our guys have worked so hard in the weight room and conditioning and skill-wise and all those things. And I thought they did a really good job being in just helmets and staying up, flying around, but taking care of each other. So very pleased with the first day.
I know it's just helmets, but is there a chance for any highlights or anything that caught your eye?
Yeah, no, there definitely some highlights. I thought, I thought both sides of the ball did some really good things. It was good competition. We'll see the tape, but I think we've kind of leaps and bounds since last year. A lot more depth, as you guys can see, a lot more players at each position, which really helps a lot. So that was fun to see.
And what were the biggest differences, first day practice this year versus last year?
Yeah, I think knowing what they're doing, I think a comfort level and a confidence. When you're first getting used to each other, players are trying to figure out exactly what you want, how to do it, and I think they got a great feel for that. So I think that brings more confidence and kind of a measured approach. And the knowledge of the offense and the scheme on both offense and defense. Didn't have many busts. I'm sure we'll see some on tape. And learning how to practice, guys, and learning to stay up when they're not in pads. So things like that make a big difference, prevent injuries, and allow you to get a lot of work.
So the quarterback position with Ashton and Justin, just kind of what areas of their game have you most kind of seen growth in them from last year to the spring to now? Yeah.
So Ashton is just comfort level in the offense, consistency, and you can see him going through his progression and moving in the pocket, and he sticks with it after just doing it for a year and a half. And then Lambo, he's really improved his technique, his throwing base, and all those things, and also in confidence in the system and knowing where to go with the ball.
How would you describe the state of the quarterback position?
Yeah, I feel good about it. We got two guys that played significantly last year and did some really good things, and then we got Miles Jackson, another year in this program, and then Elijah Brown. He's looked really good in spring and had a really good day today. And then Charlie Myers, a kid that's been very consistent for us.
You're obviously in Charlotte. What's it like now that you're officially part of the ACC and got to meet some of your?
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, it's a big league, obviously. So there's lots of people, lots of teams. But I thought ACC did a great job. We feel very welcome into the conference, and we're grateful to be there, and we're also really excited to be there.
Is your preparation any different now? You got totally new opponents on the schedule. Like, do you start scouting?
Yeah, I mean, we did probably, Harold, the first 4 teams we looked at a little bit this summer that we play in terms of the conference, and then the rest of it will be off based on the new game tape because people get different coordinators and everybody alters a little bit, but we got a little jump start on it. It's a very dynamic league. So they do a lot of different things, but football's football. They got good coaches and they got really good players.
How do you feel about the running back position? Lots of new faces in there with Micah Ford and Cole Tab and Chris Davis. And
feel great.
Feel great
about
group.
it.
Yeah.
There were times in our first spring here where we were down to 1 running back, trying to practice, and now we have 7. Obviously, the guys that return that we're excited about, and Sed and Ryan and Champ, and then the 3 freshmen looked really good. Now we need to see them in pads, but they made people miss on air and are very electric, and didn't look out of place on the first practice day they've had, in college football, which it can be a little intimidating. I thought they did a really good job.
Got 1 transfer in with Clay Patterson.
Yeah.
How do you anticipate, or how does he project into this?
Yeah, I mean, we're really excited about him. Big, strong guy that's played really well. Incredible student, incredible work ethic, and he really gives us some stoutness and some size inside. I'm very excited about him.
I'm sure as a coach you have a lot of concerns, but what would you say your biggest concern is? Like, what do you want to see the most growth from?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the young guys learning the system, how quickly they pick up and adjust. So, like, we have 3 running backs, and we want them to contribute. So, for them, it's, it goes by position. So, 1, can they learn it? 2, and then, pass protection is all to see how they can pass protect themselves. Because most of them at running back, they've gotten the ball a lot in high school, but they haven't necessarily pass protected. So they got to learn that. They all should be really good pass protectors because they're physical, they're willing, they're explosive, and they should be good. And then, adjusting to the game and how quickly they adapt, it helps if you come into camp in really good shape. And I would say most of them done that.
don't think I've asked this question before, but how do you kind of budget your time as a head coach? Your team spending time working with the quarterbacks and overseeing the entire team. Just how do you kind of budget your time, generally speaking?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, the NCAA, credit them, they just passed it. QCs can now coach. So, I have a guy, Thomas Merkel, that was a GA last year, that was with me the whole year, that is able to help me with quarterbacks so that I can move around and do other things. So that was good. That was a great rule that's been a long time coming. So, like I said, I credit the NCAA for having the wisdom to do that. And so we have more help out here. The QCs can coach and help out, but certainly in this second year when everybody kind of knows what to expect, especially with our quarterbacks, it's a little bit easier.
And as head coach, OC, quarterbacks coach, how critical is the in-helmet communication?
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Can you share how that's going to be?
Well, yeah, you don't have to. You spend so much time because you're so worried about people scoping your signals when it happens. So, and that's a disaster if they got them. So, so you're constantly coming up with lots of signals, and you got to think about formations, motions, all the different things. So, there's a lot of signals. So now, being able to say it into the microphone, and they get it directly. And you still go tempo and do all those things. I think it's another great rule change that is going to be really helpful.
Are there any big changes based on your experience from last year, just how this fall camp is going to go?
Well, the depth is huge for us. I mean, last year we played with like 74 scholarship guys. Our numbers were really low, but even at the start of camp they were low, and then by the end of the year, you just don't have any guys. So going into camp and having a lot more depth so that you can practice more is crucial, and then have more bodies and more able bodies and better athletes and all those things, and some guys returning. It's good. We're young, but we're a much deeper team than we were last year.
We have time for one more.
Just offensive line, just how's that unit shaping up so far?
Yeah, we'll see. In pads, without pads, it's kind of hard to say, but I will say their spring, they came a long ways. Only one of those guys really had played the year before, Levi, and so now those guys have gotten a lot of reps last season and in the spring. And we'll wait till pads get on, but they were much improved in the spring.
Great, thanks guys.
Perfect. Appreciate it.